So now I'm going to load in my static trial, apply model templates that I already created, and then I'm going to create some link model based signals. So signals like joint angles and things like that. So I'm just going to go to the model, and in this case, I'm going to load in my model that has two subjects and the one static. And I'm going to apply my model template. So I'm going to do model, apply model template, and I'm going to browse to my model template. So it's my full body model template, and I'm going to apply it to subject 1. Then I'm going to do model, apply model template, and I'm going to load in my full body model template. I'm going to apply it to subject 2. So in this case, both my model templates are the same, but if my subjects were different, my marker sets were different, then I'd have two different model templates. So I can see that my segments are created. And now I can load in my dynamic trial. And assign the static to the dynamic. So model, assign model to motion files. If I look here, I can see that I have my models, they're created. You can go through this whole trial. So now I can create things like joint angles. So if I did model, compute model based data, now I'm gonna have these tag options. So say I go to a joint angle and say I do all subjects, and I call this L ankle angle. So the ankle angle is the angle from the foot to the shank. And so if I hit create, it's actually going to create that joint angle for all the subjects that are in my workspace. So for subject 1 and subject 2. So say I only wanted to create this angle for one of my subjects. So say I was doing I had a batter and a pitcher, so I just wanted this, only one of my subjects was a batter, so I wanted to create signals relative to the bat. So in that case, I have to create tags. So I'm going to do model, add modify subject tags, and since the subject prefixes might be specific to the C3D files, meaning they might change for every subject that I collect, I can create these tags that are more generic. So create new subject tag, and I'm gonna call this, say I called subject 1 was my pitcher, and then subject 2 was the batter. So now pitcher is subject 1, and batter is subject 2. Now, if I want to create a signal for just one of my subjects, I can go to model, compute model based data, and I can select the signal that I'm interested in calculating, so joint angle, and I can call it something like L knee angle, and then select the subject that I'm working with. So instead of doing all subjects here, now I would do batter. Then I can select my segments. So say the knee angle is the shank to the thigh. And if I hit create, I'm going to end up with one resulting signal. So say I wanted to calculate a signal that's between the two subjects. So I can now define this signal, and I can go to the target, say target path, and I can specify a tag for my subject. So say I select the pitcher, now I can say, I can point to a target on the batter, like say the right knee. And I can do this in relation to, say, the pelvis on the picture. So how close this knee is getting to the other subject. So I can call this our knee distance to pelvis. And so now I have one resulting signal, but that signal is between the two subjects.